This is 10.5. It's 1.5. I said 10.5. I'm just thinking Apple all the time. So it's 1.5. It's slightly different. You see, this is the older version, and I never worked with 10.7 after it has to work. But anyway, if you want to change that, for example, this is the any of them, doesn't matter. So I want to change something on that template. As simple as that. When you click on that template, you should have the option for the edit HTML and edit CSS. Right? Edit HTML, when you select it, it's all about the website, all about the templates. But what does it really mean? You just only need to about the locations. Locations comes from here. So this is a very simple template. I'll show you that here. If you have, thank you very much for this. This is something like that. And you have top menu, left, right, main, footer. Depends on your dispositions. If you go to the Joomla coding, you don't even need to know how to design, how to code these things. There is a really little syntax that's just already there for you. You just can use it. But there are different forms, like always stay here. If this one doesn't exist, if the left menu doesn't exist, make this one automatically goes larger, becomes smaller, or whatever. I could just show you some of these ones in the code. If you go to, so you obviously see so many if, how to work with the Internet Explorer 7 and after that, or just all these codes are already there. When you go to, yeah, so for example, that's it. This is a code for the left, right? This is something that all you need to know. It's a similar code to that. You just call it something that you can call it back later. So this is left. This is the position that we are talking about on that template. It's left position. So what happens whenever I want to locate this left is the file that we actually work with. Drop-down menu, remember that we were choosing the locations? That's actually how they specify that. Even if you don't want to know about the code, you don't need to, because when you download the template, it just says what are the locations. And normally they just kind of draw on the template, this is this and that, just name it, number it, and then you know exactly where it is. But if you want to really do a coding, if you want to add two different sections for left on the template, you can just make, or you can call it something else, you can call it footer, and then you just place it in the template. Obviously, this is the layout is in HTML, PHP, but you can choose. You can really play around with the code. If you want to really know about it more, then that's where to start. And the good thing as well about it is it uses CSS. How many of you knows about CSS? Do you know about CSS? The reason for CSS is you don't want to really mess around with this code anymore. That's it. We're happy enough. It's quite long. You don't really need to do anything with that. CSS is kind of somehow similar to the object-oriented programming. It's the other way around. You know, in object-oriented programming, you technically just bring something in to work with it. In here, you just say, no, just take something out and then work with it. That's called CSS. What happens in CSS, I come and explain, where is it?
JCol1. JA
here, right?
Oh,
this is the ID. This is the ID for that. If I want to apply anything to the right template, the right
section,
location, or whatever you call it, position, I can apply all the visual changes to that. How do I do it? It's quite simple again. As I told you, there is two sections on it. One of them was HTML editor, the other one was CSS. When you use, I don't know which template I was choosing, but so these are four different CSS for that, but probably should be on the template. You go on the template, so the code that I said, you just find that code, will be something like that. I don't know what was it, anyway, it doesn't matter. So you find the code, every single of them are tagged by that. So you just, when you type in here, it knows where is that ID. It's kind of matching the IDs, and then now you say, what's the font size that you want to use for it? What's the color you want to use for it? What text? What do you want to really do with it? How does it look like? Is it header? How does it look like? Is it what font you want to use? And you assign everything from the CSS to it. Does it make sense? So, yeah, that's that's what you do in templates. But again, do you really need to know about it? Maybe if you really want to design a template for the Joomla. If you're already designing your own template, it's quite simple. You just know what do you want. There are a series of code. There is all the document in the Joomla website, joomla.org. You can go there and learn about it, design your own template. And it's been quite a successful business for so many companies nowadays. I mean, they make loads of money out of it. The other way is, if you want to really have access to all these codes, where do you go? So where is it? Where is the file? Where is it? There is a component for it. You can go to internet and go to Joomla and type xtplorer with something like the template that we downloaded file. You go to the section to the extension install and uninstall. You install it, and it will come under the component. Under the component, you see there are so many functions that I have here. Is one of them is for example, menu, drop-down menu. You don't need to know how to make it flash. It drop-down menu flash. It's all you need to know. It just come here, and you just say, okay, I want it to be like this style menu. I want it to be what's the size of it? I want the size to be like that. To just explain it to you. If I wanted the color to be like that, you don't even need to know the coding of that. So it's very simple. You just make a drop-down menu in Flash. Just a matter of seconds. All you need to do, download, install, and choose where the position should be, and that's it. You're done. Where you want to see the file in the back, where the files are installed, you click on it. This is another app, this component that you install. So it doesn't come originally with that, but you can install it. You can see all the files. This is the backend. It's very neat. Plugins are all in the same folder. Modules are all in the same folders. Components here in the same folder. If you're looking at the templates, they're all in the same folder. So everything is organized on the post. So you have everything perfectly listed. If you want to edit anything on it, if you're really fancy to, for example, you just go in an application and it has, I don't know, some kind of section, you don't really need to have it anymore in that component. You go and find it. You find the component, you just click on the component. You choose the component that you're talking about. For example, I don't know, just blog, for example. This website has a blog on it. And then you just go to, you just find it, I don't know, probably in the view section of that. It's a PHP file, you want to edit it. Something on the profile. Just click on it, double click on it. Slows it a second. It makes it neat and editable for you. You can just edit. If you're a programmer, you can just edit. You just don't like it. You just think probably this code shouldn't be here, or shouldn't get the user ID. I don't know. You can delete it any way that you want. That's why it's open source. So I mean, you can have access to every single source. You don't need to write it from the beginning. It's already there. Edit it whatever you want to do with that. Some people, they sell these components. They're not very expensive. £30, £40, which if some company wants to design that website for you, it costs £10,000, £8,000. Someone wants to design a content management system for you, quite expensive, isn't it? You can just go to Joomla and search content management system. I want, I don't know, I want a league timetable for the football. I want to have a website that is updating all the time. Like, you know, oh, we score a goal, blah, 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 so all the time you want to do it live. There is a component for it. Where the components are, I'm talking all this about components, where are they? They're in Joomla.org. You go to the Joomla website, I don't want to just talk too much and make you guys tired as well. You go to, this is recently again, they changed, I don't really know. What is going on with that? Let's see. See, these are the extensions of what you want to do, what you want to add to it. Is it multimedia? Is it e-commerce? There's like well, what do you want to say? League something, I don't know. You just search and shows all the components that probably you can use. For some reason, this Internet Explorer on this computer is very old, it doesn't work. I think it's very old and they're not supporting it probably. But anyway, so it'll list all this component for you, then you just download it, install it, and as simple as that, you configure it the way that you want it and use it. The same way as, for example, on this website, which is for my guitar teachers. I said, okay, you don't have a website? Let's make one. So this is the front end of that website. I'm sure he'll be happy if I'm demonstrating on his website. But this is a drop-down menu. Simply, there is a drop-down menu for it. The website is quite simple. Interestingly, it has a live chat support on it, which is working with Google account. Simple as that. You know how much live chat support is? It's very costly. You know, if you want to buy one, it's very expensive. This one is working. You want to have a Twitter account is always here, static, it just goes around. You see the nice flash here is another component, just playing around with Photoshop, putting the photos together, text, whatever, just make an image, upload it there. You can have the latest news on it. Little, like in news agencies, like every news just comes there nicely. If you want to go to the next news, you just click and it goes to the next news. You can have a blog on it, depends which type of blog you want. It just has talking about his preferred guitarist of the world or whatever. You can have an archive here. Depends, any design that you want. You can just do anything you want. And to make this website, for me, it took one day, one Sunday. And that's it. It's done. Very quick. I don't think any other platform can make a website for you in a day. People, they just claim for 3 months, 4 months. I remember we were developing a website, it took us 1 year. And at the end of the day, it was truncated, the content management system had problems. If I wanted to change a menu from left to right, it wasn't possible. They were supposed to do coding from the beginning. They didn't even know where to put the PHP, wouldn't match, so many problems. Here we go. If he calls me tomorrow and says, oh, you know what? I want to have a new, I don't know, maybe music gallery. Okay, here we go. I don't know why it's off the point because this one's a very old version of the Internet Explorer. It doesn't support this one, but well. That's how it is, or like a video gallery or anything else.